Hey guys, welcome. Today I'm going to go over the new patch notes. We have a live patch notes as of March 12th, 2025. Um, and there's quite a few changes that made it in between the PTR notes, which I covered when it released last time. And now, so I'm going to go ahead and cover all these changes, kind of give you guys my first impressions on the new changes. So let's begin here. The first thing that is quite a bit different than last time is they're changing the duration of the Storm League draft. Now, there was a post about a week ago where Grubby, a big streamer of both Warcraft and HOTS, he mentioned that the draft timers are too long. So it looks like they saw that feedback and they decided to implement a reduction in all drafts. So, the first round reduced by 15 seconds, and all of the other ban and pick timers have been reduced by 9 seconds. Now, in general, my philosophy on this is that I think faster things are better, especially for the casual players. There's a reason why Quick Match and ARAM are by far the most popular game modes in HOTS, and it's not Storm League because the Storm League match just takes too long, and it's not really the match itself. The match itself is pretty competitive. It's pretty, low time. 15-20 minutes is enough for a HOTS game compared to League or Dota, which could take like 40 minutes or an hour or even more sometimes. However, the problem with Storm League is the draft portion and the queue portion can occasionally take a lot longer. So I feel like those are two problems. So in general, I am favoring shorter draft times to make Storm League a little bit more popular. I think this is a good thing. I understand people think that this might be too short of a time. Maybe that's true. I think people can get used to this though. And maybe this is too short and there should be some middle ground. Maybe they should increase it by a little bit. But I do think the old draft times were too long. So in general, I approve lowering the draft timer. Now let's get to the balance changes. Auriel balance change. So this didn't change, but I'm gonna just say that I don't think this is enough. Auriel in the last patch, but the one right before this is super OP. Like first ban every game, she just gets full energy bar every 4 seconds, basically no matter what, just by herself, even without a hat. And I don't think this changes much. This is only, I don't know, like maybe 10 to 15% of the buff that they gave her reverted. So I think Auriel will still be very strong, probably by far the best healer this patch. Now, Dehaka does have some big nerfs here. Like I mentioned in the PTR patch notes review, I think most of the nerfs are justified. Dehaka is one of the best solo laners in the game. The change here that they made in between the PTR and the live patch is they kind of went a little bit back on this hero stalker nerf. On the PTR, they were going to make it so that you don't gain essence when you're hitting more than 2 heroes. So you're capped at getting 2 heroes max for your essence for hero stalker. But now it's more than 3 heroes, so you're capped at 3 heroes, which is a lot better. You can get essence from 3 heroes at a time from hitting them with your W, which makes the talent a lot more playable still. Rest of the nerfs did go through, so Dehaka will be worse than last patch. However, I think he will still be good. Just his kit plus the global, like he just has so much good things going on for him. I don't think he's gonna be garbage. I think he'll be very playable still. All right, Greymane, we have a new change here for Wolfheart level 1. This is a level 1 that gives your W like zero point 0.5 CDR, I believe, every time you hit an auto attack. Now, in general, no one picked this because Viciousness was way better. Viciousness allowed you to kind of keep your W up much better than Wolfheart did, especially if you got blinded or stunned for a second or two. So I do like the way they're going with this rework direction. This kind of now they're going in a direction where, they're not both about just getting more W's, where Viciousness is just better than Wolfheart at getting more W slash longer W duration. They're going in the direction where, well, maybe if you're going to Worgen form a lot, maybe you want to go Wolfheart. Now, I don't think 5 armor is enough to really make people choose this over Viciousness, but this is an interesting direction, and if this number gets buffed again in future future patches, then I could see this, being potentially pretty good level 1 if you're going to go mainly Worgen form. So Kharazim, basically all the buffs went through a little bit extra health, a little bit extra healing. This is nice. I don't think Kharazim even needed a buff. I think it was pretty good when you knew how to play him. Um, very interesting buffs here. I think Air Ally will be good now. One of the biggest problems with the other totems that are not the Earth totem is that they just die in one hit, or they die far too quickly just to any random damage. That was a really big problem. And now they're buffing the HP of all of these totems, and that's a really big deal. On top of that, they're buffing the spell power to 20%, and others AoE spell power 20% increases. Like these talents are usually at level like 16 or 20 on other heroes. Um, you know, so for a talent to give you 20% extra spell power in a AoE, um, on a level 4, that is very powerful. So I think this will be pickable when you have a lot of magic damage now, and it will be good because it won't die to anything in one hit at least. Divine Palm gets a buff too. It's going to last 4 seconds instead of 3. I do think Divine Palm was a little underwhelming, so this is a good buff. Now if you know, wait out the full duration before killing the palm guy, that's almost like just giving them a D shield if you have to wait 4 seconds before killing them. And the most natural counterplay to palm was to kind of, don't proc it, wait until it disappears and then kill the guy. So nice buff to Divine Palm there. All right, so I already covered most of the other changes in my previous PTR video. You guys, if you're curious about those, you can look at the previous one by searching PTR patch notes review video on my channel. Now, quick insights into Lucio. On our previous video, we covered some of these. The main problem here was they were killing Mosquito Lucio, right? They were increasing the mana cost of the Q by 50%, which means you're going to go really, really fast if you're playing the annoying mosquito playstyle where you're constantly flying through the enemy team, spamming Q on as many people as you can, spamming auto attacks, and then coming back to your team to heal. Mosquito Lucio will still be weaker. There's still a 1 second increase on the cooldown of the Q, and Accelerando, which was the by far the best level 1, is getting a nerf now. In order to get the max move speed time, you need to spend 6 seconds instead of 4 seconds, moving along a wall. However, the mana problem is not as bad anymore. So off the wall, this is the level 4 that reduces your Q cooldown. It now also refunds the mana when you are, hitting someone with Q with wall ride active. So realistically, if you're a good Lucio, this mana change basically, gets reverted with this. It basically, as long as you're taking this, the mana goes back to what it was normally. And this is the one I basically always took at level 4 anyways, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I think this will still be the go-to level 4. They actually buffed good vibrations at level 7. I thought this was already a good talent, but people do prefer reverse amp more. They're buffing it to try to make people take this more. But yeah, this is a good talent. This one shields you based on how many people you hit with Q. And a shield lasting for 8.5 seconds is just a ridiculously long time. So this is a really good talent now. High Five got nerfed. Heavy casters got a little nerfed, and then up to 11 basically got a rework. Now this is a interesting talent. This is basically a level 16 that no one ever takes on Lucio. Increase the duration of your E by 1 second. Now while your E is active, if you hit enemy heroes with your Q or your D, you can increase the duration by another 0.3 seconds. So basically, no one ever took that because the increase in duration was too little compared to what the other talents did. The other talents, Rejuvenescencia, just gives you so much more healing that it really overshadows this. And up the frequency gives you so much cooldown reduction that you get so many more E's that it also overshadows this 1 second increase. So so now they're bringing it up to basically you can get a 1.5 second increase on it, and when you use it, you can get another 0.75 second increase. So that would bring it up to 2.25 seconds extra on your E. So, instead of a 3-second E, you can get like a 5.25-second E, which does sound pretty good, but the jury is still out for this one. This is kind of unclear. I'm gonna need to play with it, see some win rate data before I'm really sure whether or not this is pickable compared to the other two, because the other two are still really good. So yeah, we'll return to this one, and I'll update you guys in the next patch notes whether or not I think this is good, or I'll just update you guys on my Lucio games on my YouTube or on the Twitch. So that's basically all there is. They did buff Whitemane's stacking talent, which is a really bad talent to be fair. So it's like a for fun talent, and now you can get more stacks by auto attacking people. It's still gonna be bad, but it's gonna be even more fun to play now if you want to play for fun, which is nice. So yeah, there is that. They also fixed a bug in the brawl where if you were brawling and it matched you with AI, the AI just wouldn't move for the whole game. So they fixed that really quickly. I believe this was discovered in the Punisher brawl a few weeks ago. So they managed to fix that for all those. So always nice to see these annoying bugs get fixed very quickly. So bunch more bug fixes here. But yeah, I'm not going to cover all of those. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any comments or questions or thoughts that I might have missed, feel free to leave them in the comments section, and I would love to read all of your thoughts on this patch notes as well. See you guys in the next video.